Let's see if any bad transmissions come through. Alright. Shalom, shalom. Imagine what can you have with us. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Kakdash. Alright. Shalom, shalom. I want to give double honor, sponsor Elders Great Millstone. And shalom, shalom to all you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. Alright, we're the Hebrew Israelites. Back out here once again. The prophesied that John from Esau's kingdom. And to bring remembrance of the children of Israel, which consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. To bring it back to our power, which is Yahweh. Alright, to our Lord, Yahawashi. So it's Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi. Yahweh means he is. Alright. Yahweh means he is. Bahashim means in the name. Alright. Yahawashi means he saves and he delivers. All of this is in ancient Hebrew tongue. And that's the only tongue you can call upon those names with that have power in it. Alright. Not the English tongue, not any of the other languages. Alright. Those names are the most important things on the face of the earth. Especially in these times that we're in right now. Alright? We're living in the end times. Alright? Whether you believe it, whether you don't. If you don't believe it, it's going to come upon you as a sudden. Alright? But for the ones that do believe it, you got to prepare yourself. Alright? By looking into the prophecies in the scriptures, man. Alright? It says a wise man is occupied in prophecies. Alright? That's what a circumspect man does. Alright? So Baba Kashad, let's get Isaiah 47. Well, I actually want to mention what me and my Abba were talking about yesterday. Is that a lot of people nowadays, they're not prepared. Alright? They're not prepared for a lot of things. They're not prepared to lose food out of their fridges. They're not prepared to not eat for days and nights. Alright? They're not prepared to for a lot of things, man. Alright? A lot of people, they're so used to the convenience of this modern age. Alright? They've been weakened with time. Alright? What I mean by that is that when they want food, they go to the supermarket and at the local store and buy their food there. They don't have to work hard for it or anything like that. Alright? They don't have to work for their food. So these people has become lazy and very dependent on the system. And that's what it means to be worshiping the system. To worship it is to become very dependent towards it. And we brothers, though we are using the world, we're not abusing it like these people are. Alright? So though we are quote dependent to the system in the eyes of the world, we're not ultimately dependent towards it. Like that we'll break down if that system's taken away from us. That's what I mean. Alright? But to these people out here, it's that convenience, if it's taken away from them, they go crazy. Alright? But we brothers are working. We brothers are working for our food. We're working for to be fed in that day to come, and to be kept safe. And that's why we're doing our work. That's why we're doing this work out here, man. You know, we're not being paid at this moment, but we have that mindset of storing our treasure in the kingdom of heaven. All right, and that's in the next kingdom after Esau's world is destroyed. This world. All right. So I don't want to wrap this out that we're going to be kept safe and fed all the way until Yahawashi returns. It's going to take the crowns off these nations' heads, man. Because just as the scriptures say, it cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Now, all these nations, all these heathens are proud. All right. So yeah, we're working for our penny, man. Right now, why these people are still in their comforted state. But that comfort's about to cease. Just like what it says in Proverbs, all right. Just like what it says in Proverbs towards our people, because this word is mainly for our people, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that you can see on this board. All right, on this board is where majority of our people are. Our people are scattered to the four corners of the earth. Our people could be in the other nations, calling themselves as that nation. As they call themselves as that country, as they live in that country. You know, people could be in China, calling themselves Chinese. People could be in Japan, calling themselves Japanese. People could be in Arabia, calling themselves Arabic. All right, you get the point. So, Babushai, read that. You know, we're living in these end times, man. And Yahawashi gave us the power, all right? Us the power to prophesy out here, man. You know? So what are Yahawashi?
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, remember that now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
Oh, actually, can you hold that?
Yeah.
Alright, somebody get Isaiah. After this, get Isaiah 47 first, and then we get those as well because they will lead into that.
I got that.
Isaiah 47. Oh, you read it.
This is Isaiah 47.
That's the time.
Let me start off at 1.
Yeah, start off.
It's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1.
Just read down. Just read down. Right.
Yeah. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit in the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
That's here, man. That's here. That's talking about here, man. All right. This place is the virgin daughter of Babylon. Right? It's a virgin daughter of Babylon. Because no war has touched this land. Right? No world war. No world woe, as the scriptures call it. World woe. Or something like that. How's it called? Woe. Just called woe.
It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yep.
It says, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
And what does it mean? What does it mean there by thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate? People used to idolize America. All right, all these nations, all these heathens, man, all of them, even Edom himself. All right, they used to idolize America, the land of the free, the land of the great, the land of heroes. All of these titles towards this land. But in these set times, just like the scriptures say, it says, make bare the leg, uncover the locks, pass over the rivers. Everything that it says there is basically saying that all of its shame is going to be revealed. Just as the scriptures say, I shall turn thy glory into shame. You don't know thy name, but your presence.
It's a lot. And in third world countries, you know, a lot of our people, and even the heathens, you know, in the poor countries, when they come, they think about coming over here. They don't know nothing about this forsaken kingdom here. That when they come over here, they're going to be rich because they think that the cities are like paved in gold or whatever, and they're going to find all kinds of opportunities. When they come over here, they get into shit. That much.
Yep, they're trapped here. This is a massive prison. It's a massive prison where it looks good on the outside, but on the inside it's horrible. You know? Yeah. Continue.
It says,
Verse 3, yeah.
It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Thy shame shall be seen, man. And all these nations are speaking about America's shame. America is no longer that idol, all right? That idol that all countries want to be like onto, man. America's now the shame, man. A shameful country, and that's a shift of events according to prophecy. All of that should be shifted. All of that should be changed. All right, and we're living in these in this prophetic times, man. All right, and we're telling you this now. Actually, we've been telling you this for years. You know, since the beginning of America's downfall, which is, I believe, is 1969. That's the beginning of Esau's downfall. And from there, Esau started dwindling down from his greatness, from his great state, which he saw as great, which he esteemed himself as great. And he started falling down from that high state. He started falling down, and his shame over time started being revealed. And everybody started to notice America as a big fat bully. All right. That's what, according to prophecy, that the weak is gonna say I'm strong, because they started gathering up allies. All right, they started getting weapons that America boasts himself about. All right, it says beat your plowshares into swords, and this is what this time is leading to. All right, continue, Babusha.
Since thy shame shall be seen, and I will take my vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
I would take my vengeance. So when all of that's happening and the shame is being seen and everything like that, it says, I will take my vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. That means at one point he was a man, and that's referring to Yahawashi, and that he's coming back this time. He's not coming back as a man. He's not coming to meet thee as a man. All right, he's coming with the heavens of heavens and the glory of his Father Yahweh. All right, and there's nothing you can to stop him. It ain't gonna be like the movies where dramatic music kicks in, heroic speech, and you go over there and you so happen to put a nuke inside the ship and it explodes from within the inside. Nah, man, it ain't gonna be like that.
Blow a virus like they have it in the movies.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah. Upload a virus, like shit. You think a primitive tool can go against something that is spiritual, man? Get out of here, man. You know. So you're done for, man. Our Lord's coming back. He's coming with a sword, man. He's coming to chop your heads off. All right. Figuratively speaking, but also literally. You know, shit. He's gonna take the crowns off your heads. All right.
This word is cutting now. It's cutting now, and then when he start cracking them clouds, that's the first cut coming through them clouds, and then he's gonna start cutting through and through, and then burn.
Yeah, man.
You know.
And that's why once again, that's why we're working now, so that in that day we can be seen with favor in His eyes. You know, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. The reason we say Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi, Yahweh in the name of Yahawashi, because we can't be seen with favor in the eyes of Yahweh. Yahawashi won't save us if we're not seen favored in the eyes of Yahweh, and they're the same mind. So you being seen in the favored in the eyes of Yahweh, being seen in the favored in the eyes of Yahawashi. So it's an order of things. So that's why we say be seen in the favored. Be seen favored in the eyes of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. You know, and that's why we're doing this work. You know, to be seen and favored, so that we won't be partakers with the people of this world. And I don't want to write this out. That's what we're going to get into a little later after this.
It says, it's Isaiah 47:4. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of armies, is what it's saying there. And if you go to the Bible, go to Isaiah 47 verse 4, which we are reading right now. Go to the word Yahweh. Go to the word Lord there in all caps. All right. There's a difference between Lord and lower caps. All lowercase, or one uppercase, which is the beginning letter, which is L. And there's a difference between that and all caps Lord. They did that on purpose. Why is that? If you go into the interlinear, which basically is going back into the previous translated word, which would be Hebrew, there, go into that word Lord, and right there you see Jehovah. But you know that in the ancient Hebrew, there's no letter J. That J used to be Before J was an I, and before I was a Y. All right. Right there, so there's no O also in the ancient Hebrew alphabet, and there's no E. All right. So the A used to be a I mean, that O used to be an A, and that E used to be an A. All right.
The O is pronounced in what looks like an O in ancient Hebrew. It's pronounced as an I.
Yeah. So that name there is supposed to be Yahweh. Yahweh. Yah means he, Hawa means to exist or to be. That is his name. Alright? Yahweh. Alright? Yahweh of hosts, which means Yahweh of armies. Alright? Yahweh of hosts is his name. And his name is important. Because there's glory due onto that name. And onto his son's name. Alright? His name is important. That's why it says Yahweh of hosts is his name. Because who's going to be glorified there? When the redemption of Israel comes again, the Exodus, that greatest Exodus, alright, that is going to be here in Babylon the Great. Just as the former Exodus, which is in Egypt, the name of the Lord was magnified, was glorified. Alright? So when he returns, when Yahweh returns in the name of his, when Yahawashi returns in the name of his Father, he's coming in the name of his Father, just as Moses came and saved Israel in the name of Yahweh. That's why it says the Redeemer, which is Yahweh, is his name. So Yahweh is going to be glorified, and Yahawashi is going to be glorified through his Father, Yahweh. All right. So the army which Yahawashi is coming with is the army of his Father. That's why Yahweh of hosts is his name. Yahweh of armies.
This right here.
Yeah, there you go. You got the it's like
This is etymology. Host, a multitude, especially an army organized for war.
there you go. And he's a man of war, just as the scriptures say, man. The Heavenly Father is a man of war, and that throws your weird, all your stupid ideologies of this fucking world out the window. Excuse my language. Calling the most high a spaghetti monster or whatever you call it for this fucking world, man. Calling the most high a woman. All you people are gonna go out the window, man, into a burning fire. Just as Yahawashi says, a furnace for burning and gnashing of teeth, man. All you people are gonna be thrown in there, man. You're gonna die on this side, and you're gonna return in the kingdom of heaven, and every one of you is gonna know the name of Yahweh and his son Yahawashi. All right, every single one of you. Downplay the Most High's name now, and when the day that his name is due, as in on the day that that Yahawashi returns in the glory of his Father, and his name is due, and you don't know those names, you haven't called upon those names, you haven't stood out here and testified your Savior openly, and that day is due, when your test is due, all right, you're gonna receive an F. When that F is fried, you're gonna be fried, man. Every single one of you. That's why we're doing it now. We're doing our work now, man. We're giving glory unto those names, which are due unto those names. Yahweh, what Yahawashi? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi. That through Yahawashi we may glorify Yahweh together, man. Damn. So he said, I would take vengeance, and I would not meet thee as a man. That's deep, man. You see airplanes battling. You see battleship as in these ships out there in the seas battling. You see tanks battling, but you never seen a realm against a realm. You never seen the spiritual realm against the physical realm. That is something that will blow your mind. And it ain't something that you're just going to see in the distance. You're going to be safe. Nah. You're going to be included into that. You're going to see a chariot blow down a jet, and you see the jet going down and crash right into you. Man, I just saw something like that on Reddit, man. Two planes crashed into each other. Two jets crashed into each other, right? And there were both formations, but I guess they got too close. They crashed into each other. Both squadrons crashed into each other, and they both flew off into two different directions, and they both flew into the crowd. And it looked like a movie, because the way the plane flew down, it flew down like this, and then it crashed into the crowd like. And it just exploded. There was like 300 people dead, and more injured. You know, because it was a massive crowd, but both those squadrons just blew up and flew into the crowd and crushed the people. And when the chariots start cracking those clouds, and Esau's going to try to roll up on the chariots, there ain't gonna be no battle. It's gonna be a one-sided victory. And Esau, your arms are way too short to box with the Most High, man. If anybody sees any movies or anything like that, where you see an overpowered boss or overpowered enemy, right? And the hero gets mopped on the floor, he just got mopped on the floor. Just, like the hero goes and tries to battle the enemy, he goes bah on his chest, and he's like, that didn't even so much as tickle.
Like,
you know? Yeah.
It will be like nothing now.
It will be all one-sided. Esau is he's gonna be slaughtered, man. It won't even be a battle. It will be a slaughter. Right? And that's how the angels are coming back, man. In the glory of Yahawashi. Yahawashi coming back in the glory of his Father, Yahweh.
I think of an example like when
I know that example was pretty deep too.
You know,
an example.
How should I say it? But you know, like before all this kingdom had buildings and whatever on it, you know, when it was just Gad and in the northern kingdom was in these lands, you know, how do these so-called colonizers, these Edomites come over here, taking lands, right? And Gad will fight for the land, and he had to get their axe and their bow and arrow, and you know, the northern kingdom the same. And how you think Edom defeated them? Because they had that sword which they were blessed with.
Yep, they had that.
And they
that
had
gun, man.
They had the ancient guns, you know, which
they had flintlock, and they had a musket. The flintlock is a pistol, the musket is the rifle.
All right.
Yeah.
So you know about it. So Esau slaughtered the northern kingdom, you know, because their weapons were stronger, and it was more capable, and it had more efficiency, right? Mm-hmm. But God didn't have that in the rest of the northern kingdom. You know, the tribe of Reuben was in it too, of course. You know, how do you think it's going to happen now? Because the tables is going to be turned now against this kingdom now, mainly Edom. You know, when the chariots start coming down,
and he's proud about his weapon. He feels he can be he's undefeated
because the Lord let them grow.
The weapons.
The Lord let them grow to a certain point to see because that start to grow with their pride.
Yeah, you remember that? Remember when the nuke was made? The Creator said, "I am the destroyer of worlds."
Right.
You know, He said, "I am the destroyer of worlds." That's how much arrogant. That's arrogant. That's arrogant. But Esau knows it within his spirit that same tool is going to be for his own destruction. You know, and that's why he's worried about a nuclear war.
And that's why all those ICBM missiles that they have in their silos, you know, it's actually not really his. It's actually made for Yahawashi to use against him, pretty much.
Yep.
He basically made Esau to be destroyed because Esau's just a sword. That's all. He's just a tool, and he's just going to be destroyed. So there's no context. It's the same way in Pharaoh. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart.
He chased. They were afraid of the chariot that was leading Israel, that was guiding Israel through the wilderness, and guiding them through the midst of the sea. Yet Pharaoh still chased them.
Right.
You know, that's some.
Because the Lord, Yahawashi put the spirit on him to chase us. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
But it's to show his power. That's the whole thing.
Yep. That his name shall be glorified.
Right.
In an instant, the Pharaoh's army was destroyed. In an instant, and he didn't even use the chariots for that. He just crushed them with water. He just deleted them, man.
So basically, to show his power, and to put it in more modern terms, Yahawashi has all the rights because he created even the word right, even the concept of right.
Yeah.
He had bragging rights,
He
and
created
that
the
belongs to
concept
him.
of right and wrong. He created that concept.
Right.
Yeah.
So that bragging.
He got all the rights, man. Yeah, you can read that, yeah. Oh, right. Here, I read it. Here, I'll read it. This is from the brother over here. Hawad, the brother Hawad over here. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 31. It says, what shall we then say to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us? Who can be against us? You know, that's the creator of the heavens and the earth, man. From everything on the earth, from the things that are on the land to the things that are within the sea. You know? If he's for us, who can be against us? You know? Damn. And that's why we're working right now and openly testifying those names. You know? That's how sure we are. Call Layum La Yahawashi Yahawashi. Yeah, read continue what Isaiah.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 4. I'm gonna start off at 3 again. This is, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take my vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for a Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
The Holy One of Israel. The Holy One of Israel, man. And this is prophetic. Alright? For you people who think that the Heavenly Father is for everybody, man, you're stupid, man. You're stupid. The strangers that are outside of Israel, all right, that he said that he's going to bring in as his people, are referring to the Israelites that have fallen off from their ways. He's never going to go for any of the other families of the earth, because Israel is the only family whom he knows. And that's why that's part of Yahweh's duty, is to graft in those strangers, because they've fallen off. And because they've fallen off, they can't be grafted in anymore. They're that wild olive tree to be grafted into that main tree, man. The wild olive tree. They're still an olive tree. You know?
It says, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness.
What does it mean to get thee into darkness? You know? What it means there, it says, be in despair. Be in despair. That's what it means. On Bible construction, can you get the word despair?
It's linear.
Despair. You know, despair is deep. Despair is the ultimate form of fear. Despair. D-E-S-P-A-I-R. I believe it was. Oh no, without the E. Without the E, and then you got you. There you go. There you go, man. That's deep. I'm gonna get this down here real quick.
Yeah, I got the definition.
You got the definition. You got the etymology. This one's pretty good though. Okay, yeah, the verb. This is
Pretty much what it's saying.
yeah, it's pretty much the noun and verb.
This is etymology for despair.
Yep.
To lose hope. Be without hope.
Because who's the one coming? Who's the one coming? You know? You know, we said the Most High's coming, but he's coming he's coming by the way of his son, Yahawashi. Because as the Father came, all of us will lose hope. All of us will be in despair. All of us will die. Because no man shall see the Father and live. You know, Yahawashi has to come first, so that he can change our bodies. Because he can't look upon the wicked. He can't look upon a sinful flesh like that, man. Nah, man, he can't look upon it. You know, and slack it real quick. He can't look upon sinful flesh, and that's why Yahawashi had to come back and change our flesh, man. You know, or none of us can be saved, and that's why he said he did not come to destroy the world. I mean, he did not create the world to destroy it. He created it to be inhabited. You know, and that's why he chosen the people like unto himself. You know, that's why we gotta go through this process. That's why Yahawashi has to come back. You know, so who's the one coming back? It's Yahawashi, but he's coming back in the glory of his Father. Just as that's why Yahawashi say, "If thou hast seen me, thou hast seen the Father." So Yahushua's coming back just as angry as the Father, and just as powerful. You know, because he's coming in that power, man.
This is a modern term from despair. It's desperate, feeling or showing or involving hopeless sense that in a situation is so bad as to be impossible to deal with.
Yep, they got desperate, and Esau's going to be desperate in that day, man. He's going to be so desperate to win because he believes in his mind that he has a throne, but the Creator of the heavens and the earth, through his Son Yahawashi, is going to show him there is no throne. For the Holy One of Israel, Yahweh has said it, has spoken it. And if the angels and the demons tremble before his sight, whom Esau, which is nothing more less than an insect, than a worm, because if Jacob's a worm, Esau's less than a worm. All right, who's less than a worm, is going to tell the Creator of the heaven and the earth that there is a throne. Man, that's some arrogant mindset. And Esau's going to be so desperate in that day, man.
It goes to get to the point right here. It's similar to last ditch.
What's that?
Last chance. See?
Of an attack, of an act or an attempt to try to despair. How'd it end up over there? Man, you gotta put that thing in your pocket or something.
So it's similar to tried in act, like you said,
of an act or attempt.
Or an attempt tried in despair, or when everything else has failed, having little hope of success.
This is what Esau's gonna try to do. Right when you see those chariots show up, he's gonna shoot a nuke. The nuke's gonna go, and you can see a chariot go, and most likely either turn it around or just shoot a beam of light and the thing goes.
Oh, the chariot just stands right there.
Oh yeah, and it gets hit.
Just like that one movie. Actually, there's two movies like that.
I think Independence Day was one of them.
Yeah, and the other one was Skyline. They threw that. Well,
oh yeah.
That thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, Skyline was more inaccurate, but it still shows that power that it's still coming back. But it was more accurately more Independence Day. It was still right there, even what happened.
Yeah. He got hit by the nuke, and nothing, and it wasn't as so much as scratched. You know?
Chariot will just freeze the missile in the sky and save it.
Oh yeah, that actually happened. Right. There was actually a testimony from a dude that what is it? It froze the missile or something like that. No, it froze the people. I forgot how it went. They were testing something, and the chariot showed up. While the chariots were coming out, while the chariot was up there, the soldiers were coming out with their canines and shit like that, with their guns and stuff, and they all got frozen in movement, and the dogs in midair, because the dogs are running, they're like jumping in a way, and they were frozen midair, and shit like that, you know. And Yo, that's the power of Yahweh, man.
It will be like
He giving onto his angels. Damn.
another scenario. It could be also like the missiles are flying toward the chariots. It will be like no different like that movie X-Men First Class. Where Magneto, the missiles flying this way.
Oh,
All he
yeah.
has to do is just turn it around.
Fucking turn it around midair, man. You know.
So many
Yeah,
ways to
yeah.
People's already witnessing palm trees in the middle of the sky.
These are just things that we can think of right now. But we as a man can only think so far. Pretty sure Yahawashi has something even greater. And that's gonna make us so in awe and so dumbfounded. All we can think of is praising him. Praising him. You know? Because our mindset is so minuscule, so tiny to the Father, man. And especially, yeah.
The chariot can do all that. Imagine.
Especially the Father.
Everything we already thought of. Yahawashi has something greater. You know? Because we can think about a teleport. A missile flying this way, teleport, and it's still the missile will be right next to Esau.
Continue.
So sit thou silent and get thee in the darkness, O daughter of
In
Chaldeans.
despair.
So
That's the first thing that comes into my head when something darkness comes. When there's light, there's hope. But when there's no light, there's no hope.
yeah, interlinear says interlinear. I mean, in NOT, oh beautiful Babylon, sit now in darkness and silence.
Get into the word darkness there. See that?
Though we already got the Oh, right down here it says Strong's definitions from it says the dark, hence darkness, figuratively misery, destruction, death, ignorance, sorrow, wickedness, night obscurity. Damn.
And it's in the etymology here for darkness, it goes down to obscurity, also secrecy, concealment, blindness, physical, mental, or spiritual.
Yeah. That's all of it together, man.
Darkness.
Yep.
So sit thou.
Arrogance too. Right. So walking passerbys, they hear this and they ignore it. They're in total darkness.
That's just ignorant of
It says, sit thou silent and get thee in the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Yup. America should no longer be called the land of the free, the land of heroes, what else have they got? They get a lot of shits on the titles. I can't remember them all. Because no matter how much you try to think of them, you can never see this place as that.
They call America the beautiful.
Yeah,
You know? What's so
the
beautiful
land of the
about
great.
it?
It's the land of the great.
The land of the great. You want to call this kingdom beautiful? Walk to every corner of the street. You're gonna see shit in every corner and piss. You know. And bug outs and ringing brothers already.
You get the
for free.
alphabet people, bro. ABC 1, 2, 3. You got a preset, man.
Do re mi all that was, you know.
Let me see. Unhappiness, distress, gloom. Let's go.
It looks like you're getting
No,
Alright. As Isaiah chapter 47 verse 6, because I have wroth with my people.
I was wroth.
I was wroth with my people.
It's referring to the Israelites.
wrong.
I have polluted.
Yep. He was angry. Yep.
I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given
Inherited.
them.
I polluted my inheritance, referring to the land of the land of Israel, right? Polluted it by what? By giving it into the hand, into the. Oh, it says it there, I think.
Giving it to them.
Yep. Yep. Continue.
It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance
This is referring both the people and the land. Continue.
and given them into thy hand.
Yep. And given them into thine hand. So both the land and the people were polluted by him. Who's that him? Is referring to Esau, Edom, according to prophecy, man. The very, what is it? Oh, continue.
It says, thou didst show them no mercy.
Hey, you showed us no mercy, man. Look at the times of slavery, man. Because it wasn't just the so-called blacks that were in slavery. It was all of Israel. There was the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. It says we were oppressed together. And they showed us no mercy. And the southern kingdom was dealt with much more worse than we were. Because they're the heads of Israel. Mainly Judah, the so-called blacks. Alright? But he dealt no mercy with us, man. No mercy whatsoever. And even his tender mercies, are cruel, man. When he considers something as mercy, oh, don't worry, I have mercy on you for running away. I'll chop off your arm, or chop off your hand, or go over there and kill your child right in front of your eyes.
We're the only nation in this whole globe that was in chains and at the same time oppressed and suffered genocide at one time. You know, no other nation has suffered like that.
And we're still stuck in this land. And even if our people are scattered abroad, they're stuck in that land. No matter where they go, they're going to be stuck. This world is not ours. All right? We don't even have a place to call our own. And we are all one people. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are one people. We are Israelites. And we don't have a land to call our own. The people in our land, in Israel right now, they're not even Israelites. Because pursuing the prophecy, the curse isn't even upon them. The Israelites are not supposed to be inhabiting the land of Israel as we speak. They're supposed to be placed there by the Messiah, by the anointing, by Yahawashi. They don't even speak the ancient Hebrew tongue. You know? Continue, Baba Kusha.
It says, and thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancients hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
What does that mean? Upon the ancients hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. It means that you have had a grudge since the ancient times, man. And that's referring all the way to your forefather, Esau, which is the so-called white people, man. You had a grudge upon Jacob since this story of Esau and Jacob, man. And in modern day, so-called white people could say that they had nothing to do with what their fathers did. You could say that, but the Heavenly Father, which is the creator of heaven and earth, says otherwise. He says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Just as we had to pay for what our forefathers did by going into slavery, we were not the ones who did it. It was our forefathers, it was our fathers. But we had to pay by going into slavery. Just as we had to go into slavery and we had to suffer our punishment, you're going to suffer your punishment. You say it's not fair. What's not fair is that we had to suffer our punishment, but you don't get to suffer yours.
Meanwhile, they're trying to get a ticket for the kingdom. You know, which is not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen, man. Every single one of you are going to be punished. From man to woman to child. You know? And this is prophecy, man. When the Lord comes back, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the hatred upon his eyes. In his eyes, man. You're gonna see the anger. As just as one of the characters from one of the games that I played, you're gonna see the anger as potent as the heat of the sun. Damn. That anger just prickling at your skin as the heat of the sun. As if you're in the desert and there's no shade. That heat of the sun is as the anger of the Father and His Son. It says that His eyes are brighter than 10,000 suns. Now imagine those 10,000 suns around the earth with that anger and that heat upon the ways of the one that treated his children.
That'll be scorched earth.
That will be scorched earth, yeah. Holy fire. You know? Like preset. Yeah, this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. This is from the brother Hawad over here. Which is my youngest brother. It says, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but the sword. Yeah. That's it. That's it, man. Yahawashi's not coming back to bring peace, man. He's coming back to bring the sword. And he's coming back with the anger of his father. Yahweh, remember, both of them are just as angry. And it says, was it my heart is full of vengeance? Roughly paraphrasing. It's Isaiah chapter 63 or 64, one of the two. Yeah, I can see. Oh, you got a preset? Actually, you want to hold that? Because we can actually put those together at the end of that. Let's put this all together. Continue, Papa.
It's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 7. It said, and thou saidest, I shall be the lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
What does it mean that thou sayest that thou shalt be a lady forever? What does it mean by that? Esau has a mentality that his kingdom is going to last forever. That me and my Abba were just talking about that not too long ago. You know, people thought the Roman Empire would never fall. That Roman Empire will last forever. But the Roman Empire fell. Just as every great empire does. America is no different. America will fall. Not by the means of themselves. Not by the means of man. But by the means of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Starting from within. By making you yourselves begin your own downfall. And from within. And then he finishes it off by without. Right? Continue, Bakusha.
It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Yup, you didn't lay these things to thy heart. What does it mean? What does it mean by that? It means that during that time, when you're enjoying the sufferings of our fathers, man, when we were in slavery, every single one of us, while you're enjoying it with all the fruitful works of your labor, you are stuffing yourself with those fruits. You didn't think anything ill of it. You didn't think about the latter end of it. I believe it continues into that.
Yeah. It says, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
That neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. And Esau knew the latter end. Esau knew the latter end. Pursuing the wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. That's going into the mind of Edom. Alright? That's going into the mind of Esau. He knew the latter end of it. But while he was so filling himself with wine, being drunken and filling his belly, he felt confident. He felt like he's going to be there forever. He's going to enjoy his riches, his heaven forever. No one's ever going to stop him.
It's too good.
You know? And just as it says there, thou didst not remember the latter end of it. You didn't remember it. You didn't think about it. You never thought the day will come. You thought in your mindset, man, it ain't gonna happen in my days. You know, and you still have that mentality even now. Even though it's happening before your eyes, you're just in denial.
And you see like over there in the White House, how the way they talking to Russia, as if like, nah, they ain't gonna get us. What,
Yeah.
you know, and they just that's too much. That's so much pride, and they're pretty much lying to themselves.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is that Russia is ruled by Esau as well. And so it's Esau against Esau, pride against pride. They're just divided houses. And just as the scriptures say, if the devil's if Satan is against Satan, if Satan's against Satan, how can he stand? Roughly paraphrasing. And that Satan there is referring to the carnal counterpart. And since this world is ruled by the physical counterpart of Satan, all right, and they're supposed to be working together. How can they work together if they're against each other?
Right, and it's
It
happening.
says, can two walk together except they be agreed?
See the way it's happening out there, to how they're representing themselves, different houses, and it's happening within their house. It's divided within their own individual houses.
In their this is their world. This is their world. It's just that within their world are separate houses, and they're not in agreement with each other. They want to destroy each other because that's what they are. They're the children of destruction. That's all they want to do. They want to destroy. They want to destroy. They want to destroy. They want to kill. That's all they want to do because that's what they're created to do. And it's funny how they're going against themselves. All of this is prophecy, man. And who's going to intertwine? Who's going to intervene within all of that? And it's not just Esau going against Esau. It's these heathens going against Esau as well. All the other heathens, all the other nations. And Jake is just in the midst. Jake is like backing up, but Jake don't want to be in either part. He doesn't want to be with the Most High. Doesn't want to be with the heathens. That's why the Heavenly Father is going to group them up with the heathens, the ones that don't group up with the Father. Return onto Him.
They're already pulling that jaw.
Yep.
My God.
Put in the hook into the jaw. That's it. Continue.
Isaiah 47:8 says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures and dwellest carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Yep, we just mentioned that earlier.
I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Exactly. See, that's Esau's mentality, man. But it says it even more in depth in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter.
And that basically is happening now. The way
Yep.
he's talking. The way he's talking now about
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it, but some are actually speaking out like, no, they
right.
you know.
We actually live in an exciting time.
We're living. That's
You
why.
know?
That's why I mentioned a few camps ago. It's an exciting day to be an Israelite, man. It's a good day to be an Israelite. Why? Because these prophecies are happening. These prophecies are coming to pass.
Right. It's a bad day to be a 2/3, and
Yep.
2/3 don't even realize it.
Yep.
They're having their own little ignorant party out there, whatever the hell they
It's
do.
a bad day to be without the fortress of the names of Yahawashi.
You even got
Yep.
heathens and some Edomites even realizing what's going on. Remember
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's
Yeah.
Edomites be like, anybody even
But
watching what's going
Jake
on?
is stupid, man. 2/3 of our people, they don't wanna look at it, because they're in denial of it, and they rather keep their simple lives.
Right.
Remember it says, how long ye simple ones shall ye love simplicity?
Right. And you know what's sad also? And it's ridiculous at the same time? That we got those messed up camps out there that don't think there's they don't think there's a MOTV, but meanwhile the Christians picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
yo, does that make sense?
Like, how hard is
so-
it to see? Because it says that he shall try the world, and he shall try the world and them that dwell therein to take it. So everybody's gonna know about it. Everybody's gonna know about it.
It's been
It ain't no mystery when the thing is already revealed.
right.
Yeah.
Even the algorithms are getting confused because now mainstream media is putting it out there, but at the same time, so-called conspiracy theorists are putting it out there at the same
And
time.
I'm not entirely sure, but I've been seeing some brothers. Actually, I've seen one brother so far putting a charagma in a separated form. So is the algorithm picking that up as well? I won't be surprised. And
It's a learning computer.
if that is so, then you know for a fact that Esau knows what that MOT means, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, and even though the videos get banned or kicked off for whatever reason, it's not the bots. You know, they got agents that are only assigned to watch videos currently and see what words get out there. You know, because they're under pressure from the higher elites, anyways. You know, take everything off as much as they can, and the truth is coming up from all sides. They're surrounded. There's no stopping this. You know, because now they can't stop it if it's coming from mainstream media and it's coming from so-called conspiracy theorists. It's coming from both ends. Then now the algorithm don't know what to do. You know, these bots is gonna go malfunctions, tilt. That's what's gonna happen. This truth is gonna come from all sides, and it's gonna cut from all sides. No matter how you want to put it, no matter how sugar-coated you're gonna make it, because sugar-coated, you've been putting it on TV shows for kids, you know. But even the kids are like, oh yeah, now I see it. Now I see it's gonna happen, you know. And at least, what the hell, you know, because they're stupid enough. They throw it out there for the masses to see it,
And they laugh.
and they laugh to see if they get it.
They laugh if they don't get it, but they get serious when they get it. Take it off quick.
And somebody from up there is gonna get fired or killed. You know,
Most
because they're not
likely
doing their
killed.
job properly.
Most likely killed, but you'll never hear
know?
that name ever again. We were erasing it from everything.
Or become a harvest for drink, which will be their blood. You know,
Yeah,
however they play up there, and then their elites.
They're weird as hell.
But in the end, they're gonna go down anyways.
They call themselves Illuminati. Yes, they don't illuminate. Anyways,
Darkanatis, pretty much.
let's continue. Guys, that's so bad.
It says, and shall sit as a widow, neither shall know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in the moment in one day.
In a moment, in one day.
The loss of children and the widowhood, they shall come upon thee in perfection.
In their perfection.
In their perfection.
Yeah. It's going to come upon thee in their perfection, referring to what? That it's referring to these prophecies, man. That they're going to come to pass, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And it's going to fulfill that which he has sent it to do for. It said, what is it? My word shall not come back to me void. It shall accomplish to where I have sent it. Yeah. And it's gonna do it. It's gonna do it there perfectly, man. Why? Because Yahweh has spoken it, man. Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh of armies, the Holy One of Israel. Just as the scriptures say, man.
It doesn't make sense. It says, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries,
For the multitude of thy sorceries,
for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
for a great abundance of thy enchantments. And that's this entire world is based off of their sorceries and enchantments. You know? Perfect example of enchantments are people outside of this country looking at the propaganda thinking America's great, and they come in here just to find out that they were enchanted enough to come over here. You know? And their sorceries are what? You know? Giving off what's the word? You know, what's the good word? A lot of these people over here, through the sorceries of Esau, the sorceries and enchantments go hand in hand. I'm gonna just say it like that, because through their sorceries they enchant people. I'm gonna just say it like that. I can't think of a good example of their sorceries. Oh, look at that! I think I just saw it. That's what I don't see.
But it's not leaving too slow. Be a check. I think one of them are very high up there.
Oh no! I was looking back there, far in the back. It just glowed, and then it disappeared. It was like far in the back. It wasn't the chemtrail up there. It was back there, like slightly above the building. Damn. Oh man, I hope that was a chariot.
The point is, like, no matter how much they throw at us, all these enemies are all they're doing is adding a layer for the prophecy to be fulfilled. Pretty much another level up for the prophecy to be fulfilled.
Now it just came to mind. Their biggest sorcery is science, man. Especially when it comes to this MOTV.
Their technology is
Their
too.
Their technology sorcery. Yep.
But some of these
their medicines and their stuff like that. All of that sorcery. Man.
All that sorcery, and some of these sorceries is working right against them anyways.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Like right now, like this truth. You know this, and I'm not saying this truth. The technology which this truth is going through. You know, the internet.
Yep.
You know. And that's how it's reaching the four corners of the earth. And then they're wondering, how is this happening? How is this possible? Well, it is. You know, you created so-called created that technology.
I know.
But it's
What
no
sorcery
different.
is this?
You know, there's no stopping this truth. You know,
Yep.
no matter they throw it at us. I mean,
Something you can do against the truth before the truth.
Got
Yep.
it. That's what I had in mind, but I couldn't word it right. You know.
Continue.
It says, "For thou have trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me.
Thou
Thy
hast trusted in thy wickedness. Damn. That's how comfortable Edom is, man. These so-called white people, man. It started with these top bacon families. You trust in your wickedness. And it says, thou hast said, who seeth me? You know, it says that in the New Testament, it says the same thing. It said, thou shalt, it says, the Father shall reward thee openly. You know?
You know, it's like it's similar to a review because it's open for everybody to see it.
Yep.
Everybody's gonna
That's
see
what it says. A shameful spewing shall be upon thy name. You know, because everybody's going to see thy shit. Everyone's going to see your secrets. Even your rituals, man. The rituals are going to be made known. They're going to find out that Queen Elizabeth was the reason she lived so long is because she was drinking baby blood.
Right.
You know, and it wasn't just her; it was all of them. You know, all of these higher up status Edomites, man.
Who knows how wicked that witch was? You know,
Yeah.
and how long she lived before she croaked? You know, and she probably getting her daily doses of or recommendation every morning. Like when she wake up, wait, are you up? Where's my drink? It's almost ready.
Long live the queen.
Yeah.
Make sure it has essence of foreskin in it. I want
Ah.
to feel useful.
You know
I
how
wanna
their
feel
mindset is. You know.
I want to feel useful.
I'm in my last deathbed. I just need a little more sip. Just let me live for at least 2 more minutes.
Before she croaked, you know. Yahawashi, he just said, you know what? No, that's it.
Hey,
It's over.
yo,
You know,
I
I
wouldn't
see
be
you.
surprised.
I see you in the morning in the kingdom.
I wouldn't be surprised. She
You know?
said actually, yeah.
You know.
I wouldn't be.
But even if
I
she
wouldn't be
did,
surprised. It was all a fucking sorcery, or all of an enchantment act. I wouldn't even be surprised because this is Edom we're talking about.
even if she's dead or not, but if she's dead, she better be on time in that morning You get to work.
Yep.
You know.
We don't know the answers if she's dead or alive. You know,
Keep her-
we're men out here, man.
Keep her old and put her in
Right?
slavery.
We don't got that. What's the word? Clairvoyance or something? No, lack of better word.
She wanna live long, man. You know, by the time if she's dead now, and she's in the kingdom and chains, right? We'll probably have Yahawashi, which I will give us that power. We'll probably make her grow up real quick to the point that she's old at that point, and then make her work out there, where she's already old and frail.
Yep. Let's continue.
Says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge hath perverted thee.
What does that mean? Since he trusted in it so much, he's forgotten how it is. Like how do I say this? He's forgotten because he's trusting it so much. He trusted in so much. How the fuck do I say it? I'm trying to put it in a word that's easy to understand, in a sentence that's easy to understand. Because he trusted in it so much. He's so used to it that it worked every time, but this time it doesn't work. He doesn't understand why. Why doesn't it not work? Because it worked all the time, but now it doesn't work. You know, I can't put it any other better way, but hey, you know, that's the best I can say.
Because it hath perverted thee, thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Yep, and that's the way of perverting it, because it got to his head. You know, it got to his head. You know when your parents say not to do this so much, not to get it to your head. You know, and when it gets to your head, it perverted your mind. You know, because you're so used to doing it now.
He was overwhelmingly prideful.
Yep. He didn't think about the end. Or he didn't think about it not working. He didn't come up with a plan B. Because the plan A always worked.
Because he's so sure that plan A don't need no plan B because it works for him all the time.
Yeah. And when it doesn't work, he's trying, instead of trying to come up with a plan B, he's trying to figure out why it didn't work. You know?
You know, it brought me to this scripture right here. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that has said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Yep.
And that's what he's thinking right now.
Yep. That's
You know,
exactly.
he's so
Yep.
powerful. He think he's all that.
Man, you can see it in the face of these so-called in these top bacon families, man. You can see it in the face, like man, especially the Mr. Smithers looking dude. You know, man.
That Jacob Smithers, I think is.
Oh,
Rothschild.
Oh, you can see it all up in his face. He's like the face.
It's not Smithers. It's
Yo, to be honest, to me,
Smithers' assistant. It's Burns. That's his actual name. That's
oh snap.
it's Mr. Burns. My Mr. Burns. You know?
Oh snap.
You know?
Bring me my coffee.
He's literally
You
the
know?
face. Every time I imagine the top bacon families, he's the face of it. He's the face of it. He's got that diabolical looking face. Yeah, he's coming out. He got something. He's got something in play. You can always see him doing like this. Yeah, solid coded in play.
Today I got it. Tomorrow the world.
You know?
So that episode, remember the episode? He's like zooming in with the magnifying glass of ancient Hebrew text, man. Come on, man. This dude, they're making fun of the top bacon families, but this dude is the face of the top bacon families. Every time I see his face, I see a rat. You know, I can see it's like his face. His facial structure. He's got a skull. For some reason, his skull looks like he got a snout. And his teeth is like out there. You know? Yeah, like a rat. That's what I'm saying. Like a rat.
Yeah, you know that rat is after more than just cheese.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know?
Yeah.
He wants the whole world. There's all kinds of cheese in there.
Yeah.
You know?
He wants all the cheese.
He wants all the
You
cheese.
know, he don't want a slice. You don't want those American cheese slices, man.
He wants everything.
Nah, he wants everything. He wants the whole enchilada.
That's
Yeah,
why.
enchilada's cheese too, bro.
You know, it's funny that that's actually I think that's a London meat. It's been for centuries. Cheese. The cheese is over in their meat.
Yeah. Cheese and tea.
You know, you find it in video games too, like as a Easter egg.
Yep.
Like Perfect Dark.
You know, cheese. Usually it's missing a slice. Majority of the time.
It's always like one slice, triangular slice. Where besides the one.
There's a place right, Ellie. Yeah, so let's continue. I can see it all.
It says, Isaiah 47:11. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not.
No. Just keep reading.
It says, there shall no evil come upon me, thou shalt not know from whence it rises. And the mystery,
Thou shalt not know from whence it rises. And every time I keep thinking about this, I think about when he starts chaos and he tries to bring in order. The chaos just keeps rising. And he's like,
It's too out of control.
wait, put it down. And it's still rising. And he's trying to throw in his military.
That's why it almost happened in 2020. He was trying to get it out of under control. You know, he's just trying to tweak it to see how it's going to work for him.
It's gonna get
You
much
know?
worse, man. He's not gonna know once it rises. He's not gonna understand why, how.
Until the mouth breaks off. Now stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to say it.
It'll become like a loose cannon now. Like it's just non-stop.
Did he?
It says, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and the mischief shall fall upon thee, that thou shalt not be able to put it off. And the desolation shall come upon
That
thee.
should not just be able to put it off. It's like getting fire on you. And even if you stop, drop, and roll, it's not working. Even if somebody tries to beat the fire off of you, it's not working. You should not put it off.
This is in the desolation shall come upon thee suddenly.
People don't understand how fast America's gonna fall. How fast this empire is gonna fall. And not just America, the entire philosophy. This entire world is gonna fall. You know? All these heathens, all their empires will fall, all at the same time.
Especially Edom. You know, he's gonna fall like lightning.
He's gonna fall as lightning, man. His entire world is gonna fall as lightning. Everything is established over the years. All the years that he's worked, building it up, it's gonna fall.
Now,
so fast, you ain't gonna see it. You ain't even gonna see it coming, man.
Within an hour, man.
now to measure that in the concept of time, you see, a day of the Lord is 1,000 years, right? So, and it will take an hour for this kingdom to fall. Now, in the eyes of the Lord, how is that going to look like? Like lightning.
Not even a second, bro. It's like a millisecond.
Like,
Dang.
that's it. It's
Yeah,
over.
it's just that pop sound like. Yep.
It disappears. Just nothing is up there.
Everybody says it. Yo, I gotta get that.
One time, 1 second it was there, 1 second it's not.
That's it.
Let me get this here. This is Wisdom Solomon chapter 2.
Snap of the finger.
I like how
Faster than the snap of the finger.
I like how the awkward you said it. Like.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 1. It says, for the ungodly said reasoning with themselves, but not aright, because they're ungodly. They're not a right reasoning. That's what it says. The soul that is lifted up is not upright in him. Upright in him. That's the same dude. It says, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave, which they're referring there is Yahawashi. It says, for we are born at all adventure, with all hazard. They don't know what their life is gonna bring. It says, but we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. which being extinguished, our bodies shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall be vanished as soft air, because that's their end. Their end is to live throughout this world, die in this world, come back in the kingdom as slaves, all right, as servants, to build up our kingdom, just as we had to build up their kingdom. They're gonna serve 1,000 years, and just as the scriptures say, their spirit, their Edom spirit, is gonna vanish as soft air. You know, and it says, "And our names shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance." And there, it says, "Their names shall be forgotten in time." Why? Because remember, Esau's going to serve for 1,000 years, but the kingdom of heaven is going to last forever. So 10,000 years in the kingdom. Are you going to remember back in that 1,000 years Edom was there? Wow, I remember that Edomite that served. Nah, that man's going to be, he's going to be, in your mind, he's going to be non-existent. All right, just says, man, I let a brother say it. I'm going to say it again. All right, when you take a doo-doo in the toilet and you flush that doo-doo, do you think about that doo-doo again? Man, I remember that doo-doo. It was such a nice doo-doo. Nah, bro. It's a turd. Ain't nobody gonna be thinking about the turd, bro. It's down the toilet. It's out. It's gone. You don't want to think about it again. All right? It's right. You know, things like that.
Yeah,
it's like taking the trash out.
Man, I miss my poop. That poop was a part of me. No, you're not gonna hear. You're not gonna hear that.
It was a part of me.
You know?
Oh my gosh, yo, that's so stupid, man.
But it bring me back to this scripture here.
Did you finish? Oh yeah, let me finish this. It says, "And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist, and that is driven away with the beams of the sun, overcome with the heat thereof." It says, "For our time is the very shadow that passes away. After our end, there is no there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again." See, there you go. And that's what I was talking about earlier when we're coming over here. That in the kingdom, it shall be the new normal. This place shall literally be as a dream. It is fast sealed. Are you gonna go back to sleep and dream of the same dream again the next night? Nah, man. Nah. It is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. It's like just like a dream. That's it right there.
So basically, you know, it brought me back to the Obadiah again. It's Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble."
And stubble is like weak wood, man.
And whatever leftovers.
Yep.
You know? "And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahawashi has spoken it."
There you go, man. Esau's gonna be eaten up, you know, in the kingdom, man. Especially in the kingdom, man.
First his kingdom, and then
Esau's gonna be, he's gonna serve us rigorously. You know, he's gonna serve us rigorously. Esau's not gonna have a break except on a Sabbath day, man. All right, when the Sabbath day is the only break you're gonna get, and consider that mercy. You know, from on high.
We'll probably make him work like 4 whole weeks.
A whole week straight until the bones fall off. I mean, until the muscles fall off their bones.
And you know what?
Just like what they did to us. Esau's muscles are gonna fall off his bones. The so-called white man. Just as he overworked us to the point that our muscles fell off our bones. The moment his bones fall off, and he dies right there, we're gonna resurrect him. Get him back on your ass. Who said you can fall asleep?
You know what? Esau did it to Judah in possibly Reuben, because I was in Georgia.
Yep.
That when supposedly the slaves got free, you know, they weren't free. You know what they did? They caught them and they made them work with no sleep, non-stop, and they fell to their death. They got sick and they fell, and the bodies got left there, and the next one was forced to work on top of the body.
Come to think of it, they did it to all of us, because they did it with the southern tribe on the railroads. They had to do those railroads all the way across, no stop. You know?
And what happened in Georgia, you know, with time, you know, that vegetation covered the bodies, you know.
Yep,
You know,
that-
that made those Georgia peaches. They're known for their peaches.
Yep, they're
That's
known
why
for peaches,
the peaches are very
Rich.
very rich now.
They're very rich in vitamins, very rich in taste, very rich in texture.
Now you know.
You know? The reason they're rich is because of those bodies that died there, man. That's that shame.
That was a mass grave in it.
Yeah.
You know, so and
Fucking
you know what?
Esau, man.
And Yahawashi said, "Do double unto them." What do you think is gonna happen? We could probably put it to them to work 2 weeks over. We'll probably give them the
Esau won't even get rest, even in his spirit.
You'll have dreams.
You know what would be so funny? Esau dies right there on work, and we don't just notice him yet, and while his spirit's going up to the Father, you see the angels just beating him up while he's going up, and he gets thrown back down. He gets thrown back down because we just noticed it. He's like, "Who said you go back to sleep?"
No, he'll end up in the spirit world, right?
Coming back
After all that beating, going to the spirit world, he ends up in the spirit world. There's still no rest for him. He'll get beat up right there too.
to get beat up, and he
He
gets
gets
thrown back down.
there, and then he'll wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning
back down.
to try to get to work again. He said, "Oh, I didn't die." I said, "No, you did. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
But
like, you don't
still gotta be up
get
sometime."
no rest.
You know?
You don't get no rest. You didn't give us rest. You don't get rest.
Exactly.
2 times on you what you did to us. We don't get rest. You don't get rest in your life, and you don't get rest in death. 2 times what you did on us. We didn't get rest in our life, but we got rest in death because the water Yahawashi Yahawashi. All right. But 2 times upon you, which means no rest in life and no rest in death. You know. You Edom are done, man.
Yeah.
That's what it says. It would have been better for you to not have it says that in Obadiah, actually. If you go all the way up, I think.
It'll be like a hell of a work week for Edom. You know.
You get
No lunchtime. You know,
overtime every single day.
There you go. I'm gonna start right here. Obadiah 1 and 10. It's just I thought it from just being there. That's the spirit though. Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, because thou violence against Jacob." It says, "In the day that thou stoodest in the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and the foreigners entered into his gates, cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them." It says, "But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that thou hast been," it's like, in the day that thou, it's like it, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou rejoice over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people, in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked upon their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should have thou have delivered those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Damn! That is deep, bro. Oh, just a sec. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, ye all the heathen shall drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Holy shit, that's deep.
And it only
They
takes
shall
one.
have not been. They shall not have been. It said, they shall be as though they had not been. They shall have been as they were never once a nation. They will be remembered as servants. They won't be remembered for any of their works before time. All right, they're going to be remembered as lowly servants, man. Every single one of you, because you should never have put your hands upon us. Remember what the scriptures say: he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. And the fire that you're going to be burned up with isn't normal fire. That's holy fire. That's holy fire, man.
That's what they do now.
Well,
That's true retribution.
Well, Esau, you missed a spot when you hit those the Apocrypha, because you missed the book of Obadiah. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? You got too comfortable. That's what happened.
Brother White over here got Psalms 137:7. It says, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, which means erase it. It says, even, yeah, you can take a hit. You can take a hit. It says, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh thy little ones and dashes against the stones. That taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones. And that's what Esau did to our children, man. Not just the southern tribe, but also the northern tribe that took our children for fun. All right, you can look it up. They took our children for fun and bashed our children against the stones to bust open their heads.
They use it for sports. They use it for for bait.
Oh,
Use
that's
it for
what
all
you
kinds of-
go look it up. Search up alligator bait. How are you going to be how are you going to what's the word? Be punished for that. You know? How are you going to be punished for that? Think about it right now. You know?
They use a kid also for carnival entertainment.
Yeah, you know that game where a kid has to throw a ball at a target while there's a clown sitting on the chairs to dunk him in the water, knock the clown into the water game.
That clown
You
was
know,
pretty crazy.
that clown was a Jake, and the reason they have the red nose is to represent the big nose, and the big hair represents an afro. All right, that big hair represents an afro. All right, and that game was used way back then when we were in slavery for fun for the children. For what? So they could watch a child drown while they laugh.
They had another one there.
So what it does, it throws. So the kids are encased inside of a container full of water. All right, and they have to hit the target with the ball to activate the trapdoor to drop the kid into the water. While I believe the trapdoor closes on the top of him. While the kid inside drowns, trying to gasp for air, but there's no air. While the kid is laughing like, yeah, I did it, what's my prize? You know? I wouldn't be surprised if the prize was taking a piece of that child that they just drowned as a trophy home, like a finger or something. And like, look what I did, look, mommy, look, daddy. You know? Fucking assholes, man.
I can't find that image. But they had this sport also about they had a kid stick out his head in the hole.
Oh,
and you know, like he was
whack-a-mole.
probably
Was it whack-a-mole?
no, it wasn't called whack. Whack-a-mole was another one. I don't know if that has that's right. But it's also throwing a ball. Like you get like 3 sets of or 5 sets of ball. And you have to hit the target, that head on the other end of that wall, to see if it hits his face. You know, and a good example is an old Popeye cartoon with Betty Boop. It shows Betty Boop she had darker skin. The original Betty Boop was actually a Judite lady. She sang up in Harlem. You know, but besides the point, that in that same cartoon it shows Popeye throwing a ball. And in the end, it looks like it's a Jake with the head sticking out on the end of that wall. So you just throw it to see if he hit the target.
Keep in mind, this is an
You know?
old cartoon.
It's an old cartoon. You know,
Back then, that was the norm.
so Jake was used as an entertainment.
Yep.
For whatever reason, you know.
Yep.
You know, when Esau feel like he wants to be cruel and have more edge on his butt, he'll use Jake for whatever.
They got
anything.
that. They got this bloodlust. That's what it's called, bloodlust.
It's a perpetual hate.
It's a that bloodlust. When somebody kills somebody, they feel like they feel free. They feel free.
They feel like they can do anything.
They can do anything. They want to kill more. That's what bloodlust is.
That's why when
Esau had a bloodlust towards our people. When he kills our people, he gets this ecstasy. He gets this ecstasy.
It's high. They get this high. You know, that's
Yeah.
why. That's why when they used to hang out people, you know, in Judah got the very rough part
Yeah.
of it, but the rest of the kingdom they used to get hanged too, you know. But it's not as bad as Judah.
Yeah.
But still, we got oppressed
We
together.
still got it back. Like all of us were oppressed together, man.
When this devil used to hang us or do whatever the hell they want with us, to the point of even chop us up, however they want to do it to us, that's why they never get arrested, because they knew they could get away with it, because their police force was nothing but Edom anyways, you know. And the court system was rigged anyways.
The police used to be called slave patrol.
Right.
All right.
You know, right.
That's what the original police were. They were slave patrol. They were to keep watch upon the slaves. So in case any of them escaped, the slave patrol would go on pursuit.
Same as children's services. Children's services, what is now children's services, back then, their only job is to get Gad, separate the Gad family, and Christianize the children. That's what children's services come from.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like the police came from slave patrol. It's just a transition, because when supposedly the slaves got free, which is called Emancipation Proclamation, it was just a transfer of title. You can look it up. Transfer of title from one ownership to the next ownership. So because they were looking at slavery as like it wasn't profitable anymore. So what they do, they transfer title to now government's title. Now everybody's a slave. Now it's a debt slavery now. You have to pay all kinds of debt.
You're a slave to the banks.
You slave to the banks.
Yep.
You know.
And that's and that's why that Emancipation Proclamation. You're now owned by the top banking families.
Right.
Because they own all the banks.
Which explains your birth certificate, Social Security, whatnot. However, they're trying to get a hold of your throat.
Yep, and it's not
You
just...
know?
And this is how fucked up Esau is, because Esau has this weird... what is it called? What do they call it? Class, social class... social class things, stuff like that. They even put their own people in slavery. All right? But Jake still got it worse. Why? Because they still allow their people to have a leeway to have a way through, unless they're dumb, and they get to be down there. But they made it nearly impossible for Jake, for the Israelites, to even get up in a higher status, unless they sell themselves out and do things that Israel will never do. And as certain celebrities, which Jake idolizes, do.
And then they still, and also they got Jake. They don't want to work 9 to 5. They want to get away with things. They want to do whatever they want. They want to work what they call under the table. They want to get paid. They don't want to be in surveillance all the time. They want to earn their own living somehow. Well, this is why the MOTV is coming in now, because Esau wants to keep an eye on every little thing. He wants to know how many chunks of poop you throw in a freaking toilet.
Yeah. Oh man.
He wants to know everything.
That's true, because remember. Here's an example of how Edom makes it nearly impossible for Jake to even get by. You need proof for everything. Just like what you just said. You need proof for literally everything. When you already got proof, it's not enough proof.
It's not enough.
It's not enough proof. They want more detailed proof. You got 2 proofs, they need 4 proof. They make it nearly impossible. Like, what more proof do you want?
And they want something that involves with your credit score. Like if you go to the DMV, for example, and they want proof of address. Give me a phone, something. You pay your bills or your phone bills. Okay, here you go. This is a prepaid. We cannot accept this. You need an actual phone plan. You know, say, what the hell? I still pay my bills. Yeah, but you need something more concrete. Say, hell, they pretty much discriminating how you make a living because you have to be directly connected to their system somehow for them to accept you. And that's how the MLTV is going to be exactly like that. Every little thing.
And some things you just financially cannot get,
right?
Because there's some things you cannot financially get. You know.
You want to learn more about it.
You know, these heathens, they got it easier. They got it way easier. You know.
You want to learn more about it? Type Google, whatever. Find videos about what's going on in China right now, because they got that thing fully implemented. You know, and who knows what else they had on it? Because what Moab has, China, what they have is technology stolen from ESO anyways, and they use it because it looks very a useful tool for them. So now they utilize that widely in the country. Now everybody got social credit score. Like if you fart raw, if it smells like broccoli, that lowers your score. Whatever, they want to keep an eye on every little thing now, and that's the way it is. They had the throat on their people now, and that's what's going to happen right here. So, hey, you know, Esau wants to know. He wants to have control every little thing. You know,
man.
You know, if you spit on the floor, say how many droplets that you made. You know, it's like an inventory for him. Everything is an inventory for him now. Ridiculous. So that's going to come to an end. All of this. That's why you have to come to this truth. You have to come back to Yahawashi, because it's not just that. Yeah, that thing is going to condemn you. Once you take that thing, that grain of rice, that's going to condemn you.
That's
and in the very end, it's the fire.
Say it like the brothers do. See it.
See it.
See him. Yo, yeah, let's continue, and we'll finish that up, and we get a little bit more precise, and then we close up.
This is where was that? We start with 12. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 12. It says, "Stand now in thy enchantments with the multitude of sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. It says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels."
Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. And the first thing that pops into my head is that they got a round table, and since things are not working, they start getting fed up. Like, what's going on? What's this? What's that? Like, why is it not working? You said it will work. You know, they're worried because they don't know what to do, because plan A doesn't work. They don't got a plan B or C. You know, because their mind is perverted, man. Because of their sorceries and their enchantments. Continue, Baba Kusha.
It says, thou art worried in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the I don't know how to say it. Astrologers. The astrologers, like,
Monthly procrastinators.
in the astrologers and the strategizers,
Stargazers.
like, and the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
And all of those all look into the sky, man. Because Yahawashi is coming from the heavens, man. And that's why we brothers always say that Yahawashi is going to crack those clouds. Right? He's going to crack those clouds with those chariots, which are the angels of the Heavenly Father, which are the angels of Yahweh. All right.
I got a little piece about
And
that.
that's just like it. That's what the so-called UFOs are, UAPs. All right.
Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, Yahawashi will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and rebuke with flames of fire.
Exactly, man. Exactly. You know? Because Esau can't deliver himself from what is to come. What is that is coming. And all of those things that look into the sky, all of those things are harmless. They don't fight. You know? And it says, have them saved. And they're useless. That means whatever that is going to try to attack Yahawashi, whatever vehicles, they're all useless. Your arms are way too short to box with the Father.
It's just toys.
You know? The Son, man.
It says, behold, they shall be as stubble, and the fire shall burn them. It says, they shall not deliver themselves.
And the fire shall burn them. And that stubble is who? It's Esau. And the fire is referring to what? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. You know?
Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, and they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to set before it.
And the first image that comes into my mind is that everything's burned. Everything's burned down. That all that's left are embers and ash. There's nothing. There's no fire. There's no fire. There's nothing to feed the fire for it to continuously burn. Because everything's so burned. Everything's everything's already fed. All the fire fed on everything, and what's left is just a land of ash.
Right.
That's how I visualize it.
Which brings me again to Isaiah 66 and 16. For by fire and by his sword will Jehovah lead with all flesh, and the slain of the Jehovah shall be many.
And the slain of the Most High shall be many. People take that for granted. But here, visualize. The nukes are coming. You're in the city. The sirens are blowing off because somebody managed to activate the siren. Either that or it was automated. All right. There's bombs coming. All right. The nukes are coming. You see the glowing in the sky. Yeah, and the sirens are blowing up. You see the glowing in the distance, right? But then you see flashes in the background, and it's just glowing like a horizon, right? And then it just flashes again above that horizon because it's a closer explosion. But you still see that spark in the sky, and that's the missile coming that way. While the horns are blowing, right? And the chariots are still you still see the chariots going. You see in the sky like streaks of light.
Or the scene
It's
from
just the chariots just like flying past, gathering the elect, right? Wait. It's the chariots gathering the elect, so you see streaks across the sky. Those are the chariots. And you don't know if the chariots gonna come and get you, but you hear the sirens, you hear the booming and just like what you said earlier, the thunderous, eerie sounds in the background.
Yeah, that's a
The eerie thunderous sounds in the background, or those bombs blowing off in the other states, and you don't know if the chariots are coming, but you have faith. You're baby. You have that hope for Yahawashi, like please deliver me. And you got that faith, and you see that missile coming, and it's getting closer. And you feel your heart drop. Holy shit! It's getting spooky, And then you right there. This is why you gotta visualize it. You gotta visualize that fear, but you also gotta hope. You gotta visualize that hope in that setting, And then right there you see the chariot go, just like so fast. There's just like you see the streak of light. Like in just a split second on the corner of your eye, and you see it and instantly stop right above you. You go wow, and you're up in the chairs. You go,
man, you might see some wonders. You might see some wonders. Like you never know. That moment when you see that missile about to hit, right? But you don't know what happened at the moment. That missile can stop you midair, like, and then the chariot's right there, pick you up. And then when it leaves, then the missile continues. Boom!
I like how the brother said it. Like the missiles are growing close, right? And then it explodes, and you feel the heat. Like, right? And you go like, yeah, and you see it in the background because it's slow first, and you can feel the heat from just that very far away. But that blast radius is coming towards you, right? And you can feel it like, and your heart drops, and that's when the chariot just shows up, just comes through the fucking fire, just whoosh to you, and just fucking picks you up, because that shows the power, you know.
Wow, this documentary that I saw that I saw the other night, it was on the History Channel, and you can find it on YouTube. I got the name. I'm gonna have to like re-upload the live. I'll try to put it on my as a link in the description box. And well, in this scene, all that booming going on, World War III and all that. In that one scene, it shows in Japan, in Tokyo, that the people over there in the traffic, they heard thunderous, eerie noises, like boom, like cracking, boom, boom, boom. They felt this eerie shake in the ground, boom, 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 right? And it says, like, according to the documentary, it says like that was over 900 miles away. That they heard it for 900 miles. That was happening overseas, but they heard it. They heard it like, man, like it was like,
Oh, remember
man.
that explosion that happened in the?
It's like chilled, like, because you know that's gonna happen.
Remember that explosion that happened in the middle of the sea? Where I think it was like a volcano that erupted, and on the beach of Australia, they heard it. They heard boom.
Oh yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
whoa! Because it just shook across, it went across the earth, and it just boom, and it was like as if it was closer, but in the distance there was nothing. Because it was the volcano erupted, but it literally just erupted, and it made a big explosion. And the people there that was close to where the volcano erupted, they said that they went deaf for a few.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it was sudden. It was a sudden.
And that reminds me of when Russia was testing when they were doing that arms race. When they dropped that Tsar bomb, they said when they exploded, right?
That way.
They said the shockwave went around the earth 3 times. 3 times. So to the rest of the world, like whoever's on the other side of the world, they just wouldn't feel like like a little poof of wind, like, and then again, because it's part of the shockwave.
You can imagine like the line, like a giant circle is going across like that, and then another one, and then another one.
And you know that ultimately that's the power of Yahawashi. Ultimately, because
Who gave them that power to even make something like that?
it reminds me of there was an earthquake that happened in Peru. That was on the news, and it says it caused a shockwave also, because that earthquake was like I think it was part of a mountain or something, and it caused a shockwave and it went around the earth too. But it says it caused the earth to shift a bit, like 3 degrees. So imagine when these missiles keep hitting. And
The earth shall go to and fro like a drunkard, man.
Right.
That's some massive earthquakes. People won't even be able to stand still, even though the nukes aren't even hitting near them.
Because it's shockwave right here, right? With the thermal wind and everything. Meanwhile, another one's hitting right here. It's gonna conflict.
It's gonna start shaking.
You know?
It's gonna start literally shaking the earth. Somebody got arrested, I guess. Man, it don't matter. Just finish this up, yo.
Yeah, I got one more verse. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 15. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom they have labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarters, none shall save thee.
Oh yeah. none shall save thee. Damn, man. There's nothing they can do. Esau, y'all, man. That's what the scriptures say. It would have been better if you would even touch us, man. It would have been better. It would have been way better for you.
Yeah, it would have been better. It would have been what? Just continuous servitude. But now you get to die and be obliterated completely.
Yep. And that was the intent. Yeah. I just thinking like that was actually meant to be since the foundation of the earth. He's literally created for that purpose.
Exactly.
And he's still right. Yep. You got that precept in Ecclesiastes, right? And that's pretty much that pretty much goes with what we were talking about earlier.
I can't say it today.
You can say Sirach.
You know, this is Sirach chapter 5, verse 1. Also known as Ecclesiasticus. I said it. You know? Set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For Yahawashi will surely revenge thy pride.
I don't want that to happen, man.
Say not, I have sinned, and what harm had happened unto me? For Yahawashi is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sin. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners.
Yep.
Make no tarry to turn unto Yahawashi, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of Yahawashi come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perished in the day of vengeance. Set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity.
Yep. Yep. This is literally just speaking for itself.
Winnow not with every wind, and go not unto every way. For so doth the sinner that had a double tongue. Be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same.
Yep, let that word be the same. And that's referring to you know, when you have this work, all right, and you're taught by the teachers that are set up by Yahawashi and Yahawashi, teach the same thing. You know, remember what it says in I think it was, what was that, Ephesians 5, I think it was. You know, that we all have one doctrine. You know, and that's what's going to keep us in this truth. You know, be steadfast, teach the same thing. You know, have the same faith, have the same Lord, have the same power over us all. You know, all of that gives you the ability to be saved. These times are going to be dark as heck, man. People take it for granted. That's why I told you have to visualize how is it going to be. You know, just so it can increase your faith. All right.
We go because all we stand by is hope. And what is hope? Hope is the substance of things. Oh, was it? No. Hope is faith. It's like it. Hope is faith, and faith is what? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right, and we're saved by that faith. All right, we're saved by that faith, and for people who don't have faith, they want something that they can see, so they can be assured. But we have something we cannot see, but we're assured by the word of Yahawashi Yahawashi. For giving us that spirit. Alright, so apparently from Brother White, this big drama that's happening right now, it's because somebody got hit. I didn't even hear the thump. Probably wasn't too much in the spirit to even care about what the hell is happening out there. Oh, there's a lot of people crowding over there.
This is Sirach chapter 5, verse 11. Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth.
Yep. Seal your lips, man, because you don't know. Don't say anything you don't know. No?
And that's the problem with these two-thirds. They can't keep their mouth shut. They want to say yapping.
Yeah, they always they know-it-all. You know, and that's why you know, yeah, you know, they're just know-it-alls. They got an answer to everything apparently, and even if their answer is wrong, and you pointed out on it, they claim that their answer is right.
Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall.
Yep.
Be not called a whisperer, and lie not in wait with thy tongue. For a foul shame is upon the thief, and an evil condemnation upon the double tongue.
You gonna read the whole thing?
Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small.
Yep. That's why, just as the scripture says, it says, was it say not anything until you understand the whole matter, something like that.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let you know, pushing this word.
You gotta know what you're talking about.
Sometimes you gotta, if you're passing by, right, you're about to wait for the truth. You know, there's some subjects that sometimes it's referred as delicate subjects that has to be heard. You know, that
Thoroughly.
You have to hear the whole thing.
The whole understanding of it.
Let that subject be over with. And then if you have some questions, you know, there's a long pause or whatever, if you have some questions, you know, and ask some questions. But be the one, make it one question at a time. Don't jump one question with the next one, and then you frustrate the ones that has the answer, and you frustrate yourself and become too impatient at the point that you just want to walk off and find excuses to say, oh, I'll be back, you guys going to be here next week, you know, or you just say, you know what, I ain't going to hear this no more. Or
If you have something to do.
I got something to do. Yeah, that's the most common one.
You know. But at the end of the day, this word got pushed out, and there's nothing you can do about it. Whether you hear, whether you forbear, whether you believe, whether you don't believe, it's still gonna go through just like the rains from the sky, roughly paraphrasing. You know, and it's not gonna come back with void. So that's what matters. What's going on there is a lot of centurions and whatever, something happened. You know, that's just a common everyday thing here in Babylon anyways.
Yep.
You know,
Especially we're gonna close up with that. You know. Alright, we're gonna close up with that. You know, macho wa panyahakuram. Alright. Kahalayumla, alahayinawa,
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Kakadash.
Alright. I want to give double honors to Pastor Elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, shalom. To all you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. Alright, I'm gonna leave it off with my prayer. So Shemai Yasharallah, Yahweh Allah Hayinawa, Yahweh Akhar,
Abba.
Shalom Akim, Shalom.
Quiet as I've ever said.